up, my YouTube junkies, my TikTok junkies, and my sports parlay and crypto winners? I am back with another VIDEO. All right. Now, like I said, I'm neutral in this gender war. Try not to get in it too much, but hey, we all know it just comes on your For You pages and all your other pages on your social media site. It's kind of hard not to talk about it. But this is what I want to, I wouldn't say want to talk about, but this is a conversation, that I would like to see start trending. I want to know, can black women be corrected? Can black men? Don't leave you all. Listen to this. Can black women be corrected? And can black men be corrected? That is the topic of discussion. Can the black woman and the black man, and I'm going to say that one more time, because again, I'm not really trying to be part of the gender war, because I know what it's like being on both sides of the echo chamber. And thank God I am no longer part of neither chambers. I just want my illuminated people, higher conscious minded people, illuminated minded people who can use discernment to understand this is not about blaming black women or black men. This is about holding the black woman and, I'm sorry, y'all, this might sound annoying, but I have to do it like this in order for people to understand the type of conversation this is. The black man and the black woman, when it comes to the relationship and marriages, both need to be accountable and both need to be responsible. Because the last time I checked, I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud, but the last time I checked, it takes two to tango. It takes two to create a child. And since everybody in the social media world want to talk about tradition, if we're going to talk about tradition, then you have to hold both parents and both the husband and the wife responsible. Now, for those who are not in the husband and wife stage, then okay, you got to hold the boyfriend and the girlfriend responsible. I am just starting a conversation. I just want to see a trend. I also just want to start seeing more topics on podcasts, in the real world, in workshops, meetings, and more in the black community spaces. If we really want to truly see some changes, can we please stop trying to get engagements and monetizations for your side businesses, and also so you can stay across seas, and so that way it can fund your lifestyle? We need to start having solution-based conversation in the community. And I want to start with, can the black woman and the black man be corrected? And can the black man and black woman be held responsible and accountable for the marriage rate and how the community looks? Because this conversation is something that the community has always shied away. And I won't be surprised that what I'm talking about won't be popular. But as someone who is part of that community, it's been old, it's been tied. And I'm going to say it again, it's been tied. And it's been old to keep pointing fingers at each other. Because the last time I checked, the black man and the black woman was doing good before 1619, before we was rudely interrupted. Well, as far as America, slavery go. Now, of course, in other countries and before 1619, there was still, other things going on. But I'm talking about as far as the creation of America goes. The black community was rudely interrupted. And I think it's time for the black community to finally understand we were all rudely interrupted. Therefore, we have lost our minds. And we have lost our identity. We have lost who we are. We don't even know how to think the right way. Now, since we was rudely interrupted, last time I checked, it was the black man, the black woman, and the child in them ships and in this country. Slaves. Redlining. Jim Crow. Homestead Act. VI Bill. The GI Bills. Civil rights movements. All the other movements. All the other laws in America. Okay? Now, where I'm going with this is all this feminism, this echo chamber of black men ain't and all these echo chambers of black women ain't is part of not only the division, but people who are at those echo chambers or people who want to believe in those ideologies and philosophies of those content creators or of those philosophies or what social media has to say. At some point, you have to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how did we get here? Because the last time I checked, it wasn't just the black children get us here. Nah. It wasn't black women that got us here. Nah. It wasn't black men that got us here. Nah. Now, exclude the kids. But it was the black men and the black women that why we here. Of course, there's systemic racism. Of course. But I'm not talking about systemic racism right now. I'm talking about this black gender war that keeps circulating on the social media. And then whatever happens to social media, people take those ideologies and philosophies and put it into their real life. And they start, putting it into action. Yeah. It's just something to think about, people. It's something to really think about, look at where the black community is. When we point the finger at black women, what does that do for the black community? Just think about it. Truly think about it. All right. Now, when we point our finger to the black men, how does that truly help the black community? Think about it. Now, if you can look at and see both the black man and the black woman is the problem, then that means the black man and the black woman got to come up with solutions. The solution to our community is for the black man and for the black woman to finally come to ways of solutions of our problems with each other and find a common ground, aka compromise, aka give and take. I think everybody in this whole relationship niche keep forgetting everything is about give and take. You can't have a relationship without the masculine and feminine energy. How do you separate the two and blame the two? Blame one or the other. It's together. You can't separate the two. It's together. Both are the blame. Both need to get together. And all of us need to figure out where is the common ground and stop always running. Stop trying to run all the time. Stop running away from the issues. Stop running. Stop putting everything of the problems on social media. Some of it belongs behind the scenes. And before I close out, you all I have to say, Black people, is if you claim that you're spiritual, if you truly spiritual, why is it the whole Black gender war is the way it is? It should have never been a Black gender war. If you're truly enlightened, you would know it should have never happened. Because we all know, look how now we are 3 to 4 years in of this whole Black gender war, and it's worse and worse and affecting everybody's minds. You see where I'm going? It's affecting everybody's minds to the point that don't nobody want to with each other. Not everybody. Some. Now, let's put this together. Last time I checked, there's a certain demographic who are not supposed to be here at a certain time. Now, we all heard, some of us have heard, that by the year 2070s to 2080s, it's supposed to be predominantly melanated. Do you see where I'm going with this? We as Black people fall for these trends every time. Every time something causes division between us, we can never seem to accept that, hey, wait a minute, why am I part of this trend? This trend is only to divide us so that way we are extinct. Extinction. When are we going to finally realize that is the name of the game here? It has always been about no more melanated people, full-blooded melanated people. That has always been the game. And we fall for every trend, every movement that divide the Black man and Black woman. Every time. Whether it's a movement, a song, a poster, because of what a YouTuber said, what a TikToker said, what somebody put on social media. We do this every time. Every time. And don't realize the whole name of the game is to separate the Black man and Black woman so you don't procreate. So by 2080, none of us are here, or by 2021, 2100 or 2200, none of us are here. And we fall for this every single time. Every time. Every single movement. Every single popular thing that goes around this community, or what big things everybody talking about mainstream, we fall for it. We don't never take a step back and say, wait a minute, is this going to cause division? Is this going to fulfill certain people's agenda? Or is this fulfilling certain people's agenda? You know what? Wait a minute. Let me think about this before I hop on this trend. Is this going to cause extinct? I hope I'm saying this right. Is this going to cause extinction with people who look like me? Always ask yourself that. Because those who have spiritual discernment, who are spiritual, can see that. That's why everybody's not hopping on this so-called gender war. Because some of us can see spiritually before it manifests physically what the bigger game is. Now, I'm not saying people can't come on social media and, to vent, to have constructive criticism and all that. People are allowed to do what they want to do. But what I'm saying, as a community, we fall for the same popularity, the same trends, the same topics, the same shock value every time. And all they do is divide us further and further apart. And knowing good well the enemies have an agenda to make sure there are no more fully blooded, melanated people on the planet. We fall for it every time. And we also have a lot of people who look like us who want to make that happen, who want to make sure there's no more full-blooded, melanated people. And when you accept this, you can have a peace of mind, and then you can start solutions instead of talking about problems. That's all I wanted to say about this, y'all. I hope I didn't, piss any of y'all off or talk y'all ear off. But it's just something that I've been holding inside, something that I've been seeing going around in the real world and social media world that I feel like it needs to be addressed in our community. And it's the elephant in the room. It's both the black man and the black woman fault is why we here where we at now in the community and why the marriage rate is the way it is. It's both of our faults. We need to find some solutions, come to the common ground, and move forward and make our ancestors proud and stop talking about the problem for 20 to 30, 300 years. Talking about the problems and running does not solve anything.